So we were laughing because it was just like, oh, you guys are obvious. Like, you guys really want them to make it. And hey, I'm for it because I love the Pelicans. I have all my Duke boys there. Everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. This is Raquel with So Beautiful Me Sports Takes. I just want to remind you that if this is your first time, please do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share, of course, if you like what my content is about. So today's video is going to be about the NBA restarting the 2019 to 2020 season. As of the 26th, the NBA has released the scheduling for the NBA restart, which will be held in Orlando at Disney Magic. They are going to be restarting the season and the NBA will return. I'm, for one, still happy. I discussed in my last video about what happened and the controversy and why we were kind of suspect whether or not it was actually going to start. You already know how I feel about that. That's neither here nor there. So I want to go into a little bit of what's going to happen and the scheduling that the NBA released. So one of the first things that we need to do is that this is a 22 team playoff or play kind of tournament. Basically what it is that it's going to finalize where the team's rankings will be, their standings, because of course the season didn't get to completely finish, so they're going to play 8 games before they start the playoffs to give teams the opportunity that were close either a chance to make the playoffs or to decide on, you know, whether they'll be seeded 1st through 8th, right? So that's actually very interesting. I think that's great. I feel like it's such a good thing that they're doing that because it's definitely necessary, because the Lakers were like, I think 3 games behind the Bucks or so, and we were closing in, so we could have been the number 1 seed overall. Also, the Pelicans, who were really getting back to winning because Zion returned, has a chance to actually make the playoffs, so that's also well. So what they're going to do is they're going to be having everything start at the Orlando in July on the 30th. That's the first games, opening the season with the Lakers and Clippers. Of course, they're going to try to make that whole battle, which it's really not a battle. Lakers are better. We have 16 titles. We hang banners. They hang selfie banners. Really? And Pacific Division titles, because we went through some down years. Woo! Anyways, that's neither here nor there. This is basically going to be how they're going to do it. One of the good things is that they're still going to be advocating for the Black Lives Matter. So they're going to let the players have on their jerseys, as opposed to their name, they can put a message for the Black Lives Matter, social injustice, police brutality, and things like that. I think that's great. Nike is already working on that. That's what I heard from Shams. Also, they are going to have all the courts be marked, or however you want to say it, with the Black Lives as well. So that's also showing solidarity to express that that's their concern. Players are also going to be able to not have to dress formally if they're on the bench and they're not going to be playing, because there is the format where, as opposed to being able to have the 12-man roster, you're now able to have 15-man roster. So there's a lot of things being implemented, which is really good for the players, but they can stop wearing the sports coats and things like that. They're going to be able to wear short sleeve polos and things like that. So it'll give them a little versatility, and that way they don't have to feel, I guess, as dressed up. Not that I don't know if they cared or not, but I think some people did. Like, they just want to dress how they want to dress, or at least more comfortable if they're not in the game or playing in that game. So that's going to be one of the biggest things. So one of the things that I found funny was the scheduling. The scheduling is crazy to me. Okay, so what you will notice is like the 8 games to kind of lead up to whether or not they're going to be seeded or, you know, make the playoffs, or what their seeding is going to be. Lakers' schedule is actually tough. So I'm like, y'all really don't want us to be great, right? You guys really are trying your hardest to not let us be great, which is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is, because I feel like we're the best team, so we can face the best teams and we're still going to have the number 1 record. The other thing that's about it was that they want Zion, Ingram, Zoe, the big time names to be in the playoffs. Even if they're going to end up being the 8th seed and knocked out by the Lakers, they want Zion to be a part of this, because Zion is a big name, big crowd bringer in. So they know that if they get the Pelicans to the playoffs, you're getting Zion. You get Zion to the playoffs, you're getting eyes. So it's smart, but it's also funny, because if you look at Pelican schedule, which is easy as heck, versus the Memphis, who is the closest team to knocking them off, something Something don't seem right. And they didn't even try to hide it. So we were laughing because it was just like, oh, you guys are obvious. Like, you guys really want them to make it. And hey, I'm for it because I love the Pelicans. I have all my Duke boys there. I'm a Duke fan. So there's a lot of Duke players on the Pelicans. And then on the other side of that, you also have, you know, Zion, not Zion, pardon me, Zoe, who came from the Lakers and big fan of his. So I'm all for it. The schedulings, I think, is just as fair as they possibly can. I heard that the games are going to be all played in different locations. Players can watch games if they don't play. On the 31st, they're playing 6 games, which that's going to be quite interesting. I'm wondering how they're going to air these games, but I feel like they're going to do like they would do any of their NBA season. The top teams will be aired and the other teams may not. But the other option or the other complaint that people have is that they're trying to decide how they're going to tape this and the camera angles and different things like that. If you remember Christmas Day and how they had the angles of the cameras where they were closed in on players and things like that, a lot of people didn't like that format. I personally didn't mind. I don't care. At this point, just give me basketball, give me sports, whatever format you want to send it. As long as it's on TV and it's competitive, I'm for it. With that being said, I think everyone's now back into the excitement of the season. There are players who have opted out or they're not able to play, health conditions, and there are also players who have tested positive for COVID. A lot of asymptomatic people are actually positive for the disease or the virus, pardon me. And out of the 302 players that have already been tested, 16 have the actual virus. So I feel like the NBA had to kind of suspect that because the virus didn't go anywhere. Some people just don't have the symptoms. Some people just don't actually know they have it. It could be any of us, but hopefully, you know, they do the quarantine, they get better, and if I don't know if they can play or not. I don't know how that's going to work out, but that's where things are right now. So season is starting July 30th. Get back into it because the NBA is back. The best team in the league will be playing for their 17th championship. And the best team, of course, are the Lakers. I don't care about the rest. I'm just playing. I just think it's going to be fun. It's going to be good to get back in the swing of basketball and sports. So give me your feedback. Give me your thoughts. You know, did you think that scheduling was just a little obviously that they want Zion, Ingram, and them to be in the playoffs? Like Pelicans, y'all have no excuses for making the playoffs at this point. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like my videos and the content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.